Hi guys, Darth Deuces here, back in the Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. Today taking a look at another new release. It is Clone Commander Bacara, another Clone Commander from Revenge of the Sith to add to the shelf. And I was initially really excited for this. I'm still happy to have it and happy that he got released. It's the first Bacara figure in like over 15 years, I think. Like he might not have gotten a figure since like 2009 Legacy Collection, which is kind of crazy, especially for a not Black Series, but a clone trooper and a named clone trooper from the movies. But yeah, it's he hasn't gotten a figure in a long time, and I actually do not own any other Bacara figures. This is my first Bacara. I really got to track down a 3 1/4 inch one at some point, or it'd be nice if they made a new one, but not holding my breath there. But yeah, it's cool to have Bacara, but a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. There's some quality control things here that just aren't too great, mainly with the helmet. But let's take a closer look. So when it comes to the helmet, I actually lucked out a bit, and I got one that doesn't look terrible. There are some people who have warped really badly, and it looks like he's got really sad eyes, which reminds me of the old Darth Vader. And it has to do with, one, I think kind of like the helmet being a bit warped, and two, the black not being colored in all the way on the helmet. So I might take a Gundam marker in there or something and try to clean that up a bit as well. And I also have to heat it up anyways because the side of his helmet here it's supposed to be flared out a bit more, I'm pretty sure, and it's squished in. The helmet doesn't even have a head sculpt underneath, so I don't even know why this is made of any sort of soft plastic. So that's a bit annoying. But aside from those sculpt issues, I think the paint, aside from the visor, looks pretty good. You've got gray for these like side pieces with a little black on there for the vents and detailing on the chin parts as well as on the mouthpiece, which is cool. A black line there around the back with a black little antennae there, which is of a softer plastic, so it shouldn't break too easily. The rest of the figure is largely the new Clone Trooper mold, which I am a big fan of. It's a great mold, so that's good. Obviously, I'd like to see more and more clones and characters transferred over to this one. But this mold, I actually don't know if the torso is brand new or not. I feel like it is because, well, one, you've got this detonator piece, which does look like it's just a glued on piece, a glued on separate piece, the extra detonator. But then he also has these back bits here on the back. So I think the torso is actually new. One thing that's a little weird, though, is that the color, plastic color of the detonator that's glued on is a different color of white than the armor. So that's a little weird. But otherwise, looks pretty good. He has this new belt bandolier piece. You got the little pauldron there. I like this gunmetal color and the bit of purplish color there on the front. The straps look nice. The belt there is good with a bunch of pouches and the detonator on the back. Nothing on the arms. They're completely reused from the standard white Phase 2 clone, or just Clone Trooper. The Phase 1 uses the same thing. Bacara does utilize a soft goods comma, which I know a lot of people prefer black, or not black, sorry, plastic. But I like soft goods on Clone Troopers because it just helps for articulation. If this was plastic, it'd be a lot tougher to get him in good posing, where I want to get his legs out pretty good and maybe get him in kneeling poses. With a plastic comma, it'd probably be pretty difficult, if not impossible, to get him in kneeling poses or make them look good. The only thing I find is weird is they didn't really do a good job at tucking the comma under his belt. Like, it's not even under the belt in the back, and then in the front you can see the string. I don't know if I need to try to push the belt down or what. I gotta mess with that a bit because it doesn't look right. So that's kind of annoying. And then the legs are just completely just the clone mold. They look fine, but they're just the white and then the black for the undersuit, and then the gray on the bottom of the boots. So he's one of the more simpler looking clone commanders, that's for sure. But it is cool to have them. There's just unfortunately some QC issues that hold them back, that hopefully I'll be able to mostly fix myself, but we'll see. Oh, in terms of articulation, you do have a dumbbell joint in the neck, so he looks down, not really that much. Looks up a bit, not a lot of pivot because of the helmet and the rotation. You've got your hinges and swivels at the shoulders with the shoulder pad, new shoulder pad that's on the O-ring, so it moves with the shoulder. There is a butterfly joint in there, which you get a bit of movement out of. Swivel cut at the bicep, a single hinge at the elbow that does move past 90 with a swivel there as well. Then swivels at both wrists, and then the right wrist goes up and down hinge with the left one going in and out. Both hands do have a trigger finger. Torso joint goes back a bit, crunches forward a bit too, not too bad, and then pivots as well as allows for rotation. The bandolier doesn't get too in the way, which is nice. It has enough slack where it lets it move. Then you have your hip joints, they kick out that far, swivel cut at the thigh that's hidden nicely by the armor sculpt. Single hinge at the knee that goes a bit past 90, and then hinges at the ankle that go up, down, and rock for pivot. If you own any of this mold already, you already know what to expect with the articulation. Get him straightened out here. In terms of accessories, he does come with the 2 blasters. You get the carbine that we've seen infinite amount of times before, as well as the larger rifle. Again, we've seen this sculpt for years and years and years at this point, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They work perfectly fine. They look good. It would be nice to have some paint on them, but I don't mind them having no paint. I'd rather the paint go onto the figure, although the figure itself doesn't have a lot of paint, so I don't know. But it is nice they give you both options for the gun, because I think in the movie he only uses the carbine, so they could have cheapened out and just given us the carbine, but they do give us the 2 options, so that is nice. I will give them credit there. You can hold both guns well. The trigger fingers allow that, and then you can get pretty good 2-handed pose pretty easily. Now, I guess lastly, just for some comparison, of course, he has to go with his Jedi General. So here he is, Ki-Adi-Mundi from last year, and they look really good together. It'd be really nice for them to make Galactic Marines in Black Series. Will they? I'm not banking on it anytime soon, because the Galactic Marines are pretty much have to require a whole new mold, where Bacara didn't need a whole lot of new molding. But maybe we'll get them someday, who knows. Then with another recent clone commander using the newer 3.0 mold, here is the recently released Commander Cody. They look good together. And then with a clone commander on one of the older molds, here he is with Bly, who I think has been leaked to be getting a reissue for some reason, even though I don't think he's that hard to get on the aftermarket. But they look good too. This figure still, I think, holds up pretty well, although it would be cool to see Bly on the new mold, but I'm perfectly happy with this one. But overall, it's a cool figure. It's a cool release. I mean, if you're a clone fan, it's a definite recommend. Just keep in mind that there are some QC issues, and if you can see this in store and there's multiple copies, I would take a look through them and see which ones look the best. If you're getting it online, it's a crapshoot, unfortunately. Luckily, I think most of the issues are relatively easy to fix. I'm going to try heating up the head, as well as just using a Gundam marker to color in those the rest of the visor there, which hopefully will work out and make him look a little better. And then hopefully I can maybe stuff his comma under his belt a little better too. I don't know. That's weird. I've never seen that issue before. But anyways, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video. May the Force be with you.